Welcome, 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 welcome. How's everybody doing today? Come on in, come on in. Today's gonna be a fun day. Today's gonna be an enjoyable day. We're gonna have a lot of fun today because we're gonna do some interior design stuff for Father. And that means we're gonna take a lot of different prefabs or a lot of different models and like from Asset Store and stuff. What am I trying to say? From the Asset Store, and we're going to take a bunch of models and make prefabs out of them so we can use them over and over again. I'm a big fan of minimalism, and so we're going to give that a shot here. We're going to give it a shot. Let's open up the live screen here. One sec. All right. Good. Good. Come on in, guys. By the way, today's video is sponsored, as always, by Full-Time Game Dev, which is my online program. If you want to join the program, you can get 25% off right now. Join over 2,000 students at fulltimegamedev.com. You're going to learn everything from securing six figures from publishers, six figures from Kickstarter, and also just making a 2D and a 3D game from scratch, and how you can take that demo and go full-time with it before you even finish the game, which is what I did. And that's how I'm living the dream right now as an indie game developer. Yeah. So if you're in the program, feel free to say hi in the chat. And I also wanted to give a shout out to, I wanted to give a shout out to a few people yesterday who actually supported the channel and purchased the course. I think we actually have one today. Moritz Roscher, welcome to the program. Thank you for supporting. Andrew and Omar Fontanelle, thank you so much for joining. And Joshua Ragasaw, thank you for joining the program, guys. If you guys are interested, use that promo code below for 25% off. Obviously, guys, this supports me, supports my channel, and keeps me live streaming. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the scene here. Let me check on the chat, make sure everybody's happy. Cyber Red, are you happy? Ignited CMS, are you happy? GMD, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's see here. I realized we don't have any sound. Let me turn it on for you guys. Here we go. Good. Good, everything's good. Let's turn on some jazz music and let's get started with this interior here. I am excited. The reason I'm excited is we've been working on this little butt strange enemy type thingy here, and I'm ready to just do some interiors. So we're going to take a break really quick. We're going to take a break from this enemy type, and you guys know probably by now that I like to take breaks and just shift to other things because I get bored. It's better than shifting to another game, right? Which is usually what most people do. They'll just quit a project and shift to something else. And we're not going to do that. We're just going to shift to something smaller in the game. All right. So the first thing I did here is actually used a Victorian Interiors asset pack. And I just brought in a carpet. So this is going to be one of the objects we use for our scene here. Now, here's why I love creating low resolution games. Because we can just simply remove the metallic here, remove the normal map, remove the occlusion, right? And all we've got left is this carpets texture here. And I'm just gonna crank down the texture to be super small and set it to point of filter. Okay, we're almost there. It's a little too much, obviously. Hit apply here. Hold on, we're almost there. That kind of matches the floors for sure. Let's try that out. Okay, let's go. Great. It's a little too shiny. So we're gonna go ahead and, yep, there we go. So we actually just pulled an asset from a pretty high fidelity, high resolution asset pack. And now it works in our game just by making it low resolution. So I really like it. Let's do another one. Okay, we've got some carpet here. And what are we gonna do? we're going to actually drag this into our own little prefabs folder here. So I have all of my assets that I use from asset packs. I have it in this assets dump folder. And then I also have this prefabs folder, and I'm just going to drag a variant of it inside that folder. All right, so now I know I can use this whenever I want. Sweet. Let's find some more, okay? What other assets can we do? Let's decorate this room. I'd love to decorate this room here. Hey, Pepe, guys, welcome, Pepe. Not fart sound, clap sound. Pepe, welcome. And Joshua Ragasa, yes, you did join yesterday, and if you were with us when we first started streaming, Joshua, I gave you a big shout out, buddy. So welcome to the program, Joshua. That's awesome. Again, guys, 25% off coupon in the link below, and you can join the program. All right. Let's see here. We have some more carpets here. Ooh. Let's see here. Let's go down to our prefabs. Where are we? Hold on one sec, guys. We got to find this. And you guys know this by now, hopefully. If you don't, that's okay. But you know I'm a big fan of using asset packs. Asset packs are definitely your friend. Ooh, I like this red one. Yeah. So don't be afraid to use them. I'm going to squash it a little bit, though. I don't want it too realistic looking. I want it more flat. I'm going to scale the crap out of it. Ooh. I like all the things we can do here. And we're going to make it match this carpet over here as well. What makes you an artist, guys? It doesn't mean that you have the technical skills to make art. It means that you can make art out of anything, even if that's somebody else's art, okay? So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, that's for sure. Good, we got pixelated carpet here, another one over here. Probably add a collider to both of these. The reason why is because we want to tag them as carpet. Tony Frazier says, hey folks, hope you're all having a good evening. That's awesome. Thank you for saying that, that's really nice. I hope you're having a good evening. Okay guys, so we have 2 rugs here. I'm gonna add a, let's see here, a box collider to this, okay? Very subtle, right? And then we can tag it. Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna add a new tag, and this is going to be carpet. All right, so now we can actually tag all of the carpets as carpet, and then they'll play a carpet sound when you walk on them. Okay, and I'll show you how we're gonna do that in a second here. We have this one here. Let's go ahead and add the box collider to it and tag it as carpet. Felicia, I assume you're a woman. You're like the one woman, that sounds offensive. You're the one female who's shown up in the chat. I think my audience is like 100% men. So welcome. How wonderful. Maybe I'm wrong though. I'm probably going to get killed in the chat. But that's awesome. That makes me happy. All right. Showa says you should make tutorials. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead here. Oh, Rowan. Okay, I guess I just put... Yeah, I'm just looking at my analytics, guys, okay? My analytics, it says, like, we're 100% men. Okay, so let's see here. We've got carpet here. Both of those are good to go. I'm going to set this as a prefab in my... We're going to make a whole beautiful scene here. But we have to be careful with what we're choosing. Oh, we already have one. Okay. We already have one. Can we go back in time? Yeah, we already have one. Delete. Good, okay. And then this one here. Do we have one? Okay, we don't. Okay, so let's drag this one in as well. Carpet 2. And it's going to be a prefab variant. All right. Let's see how this looks over here. And then we're going to jump into the we're going to jump into the texture and make it a little bit more vibrant to match this color over here. But overall, I like it. Looks really good. Super pixelated. Sweet. Carpets. Okay, here we go. Hey, and it's a PSD. Wonderful. All right, let's go ahead and open up this color over here, this red. So you guys probably know this by now. For those of you who are just joining us for the first time, I would say I'm a color minimalist. I don't know if what's the right word, but I love minimal color. So actually what I'm going to do is, let's remove the cross here. I'm going to take this one texture right here, and we're actually going to bring it over to this other one here. And by a color minimalist, I mean I use very few colors, and it actually looks really good. It looks really trendy. So that's what we're doing right here. And what we're going to do, this is going to be fun. We're going to actually just do well, what do we do? We'll do a color overlay for one. So something like this color, there it is. And then we'll also do just a normal overlay, but with a lower opacity. So it's not so contrasty, right? It's gonna look like a orange fluffy rug. I believe that's the right one. You know, the truth is though, guys, we could probably just do this, right? So let's try that out. First off, let's take a look at this one here. Go to Unity. Okay, there's that one. Good, and then that one's gonna be orange as well. Yeah, so we're part of this university in this game. It's like a cultish university. So, hold on a sec here. Let's drag this like that. So what I'm trying to sort of have here is, I guess, a culture for the cult. I guess pun intended there. We're gonna have a culture for this cult. So they're really into this reddish orange color. I don't know why, but I know why. I don't know why. I don't know why they like it, but I know why I like it, and that's because orange and that green color they always end up being the color scheme for, at least lately, my games. The same is true for Neversong, actually. All right, so let's hit play here and take a look. All right, good. So we could probably drop down the opacity. So drop this one down to about 45. You know, it's funny, whenever I ask my daughter, like, I'll go hang out with my daughter, she's 3. After work, I'll go downstairs, I'll say, hey, how was your day? I think I've already told you this. And she'll say, good. And I'll say, what time did you get up from your nap? And she'll say, 45. 45. Okay, that looks like it matches for sure. I will say, though, it should have a little variation in color to it, though. So let's go to the normal. There we go. Drop it down. Oops, no. Let's go to the color here. Okay. What I mean is this blend is set to color. So if we drop it down, it's going to include some variation in tone. Ah, see, that looks a lot better. And then this one here, drop it down. And then this one, drop it down. All right. Wait. Something happened. What was that? Why isn't it not? Ugh, what's going on? Is it this one here? Yeah. Probably need to drop that down significantly. Yeah, there we go. Try that. There we go. Okay, very pretty. I like our rugs. All right, let's go ahead and put some couches on there. I believe we can actually select this mesh here. And let's go into the Victorian Assets pack. And we're only gonna look for the ones that are kind of low poly. I know right now that they're not perfect. Like they're not, what I mean is they're not super low poly, and I kind of wish they were. But some of them we can get away with. Not that, those candles, no way. The rugs we can get away with using. Hey, there's a round one. Let's use that one too. Let's put that, let's go put this in the bathroom. I feel like I'm playing Sims. Cool. We'll put that one right there. Get a little rug in the bathroom, you know? And then we'll just squash it. There we go. So it's a little bit more flat, you know? And then we're gonna add a mesh collider. You know, the truth is we could probably add, we can add a box collider, it's fine. And then we're gonna go ahead and tag it as carpet. And then drag it on over to the prefabs. There we go. Prefab variant. All right, so we have 3 carpets. Looks cool. And this asset pack was like 20 bucks, guys. So a lot of you might say, oh man, I don't have 20 bucks. Maybe you don't, and that's, I understand. But what I will say is, do you have 3 hours? Because that's how long it's gonna take you to make some rugs and some furniture. So what's your hourly rate? That's what I always say. Even if you're not charging, what's your hourly rate? We could probably use this hanger here. Yeah, it looks low poly for sure. Okay. Zen, I do read the chat. Come on. Come on. You know I read the chat. Yep, visual cues. That's what we're going after. With the color. And that's why I love orange. It's really easy to create a visual cue with orange. Madame Unikite, thank you. I actually have 2 boys that are both autistic. Both of them want to make games, but my youngest is incredibly smart and he knows how to code. That's awesome. That's so cool. Hey, Madame Unikite, if you want to send Thomas at fulltimegamedev.com an email, I could send you two codes for the course. I'm not sure what age your kids are, but I could send you those. Sort of, I don't know, because I love your story. And because I'm nice. So you have to prove who you are, though. So figure out a way to prove who you are. Send me an email with the subject line, free course, or you said I could have a free course. And go ahead and send that. Okay, so look at how this doesn't look like it matches, you know, at all. But, and it has a box collider. Why is there a weird box collider there? That's strange. Let's go ahead and create a new box collider. Albino Rhino, love your work, man. Is there any courses I can subscribe to so I can learn how to make games? Yeah, I have an online course below. You can get 25% off and join over 2,000 students. You're gonna learn everything I've learned in the last decade of 5 years of going full-time, decade of making games. So feel free to do that. Amitishwar says, yo dude, what's the difference between Unity and Unity Pro? Unity Pro is, well, you guys know the answer. Unity Pro is just for basically Unity trying to make money off of people who make money. Which is fine. You know, I'm a capitalist. I'm down. So basically people like me who make more than 6 figures a year, you have to buy it. Unless they've changed something. That's what I remember. And I'll give you a secret. I don't do it. I doubt that they'll come after me, right? All right. So obviously this is way too shiny. And then also I did something wrong with the albedo. It needs to be 256. But look, if we do 256 and hit apply, look what happens. It's blurry, right? It doesn't look retro. So you want to set it to point, no filter, and then hit apply. Now look how crisp it looks. Look at that. Oh man, it matches perfectly. Okay, does it have a box collider on it? It does. So we've got this cool little hanger. So we're gonna go ahead and create a prefab out of it. I don't know if you guys hate that I do this, but I love hitting play and just seeing how everything looks. Just even if I put a little hanger in, just to see how it feels. Look at this. Look, it just adds so much to the game. And it's just a little hanger here. You know? It should be a mesh collider. So let's go ahead and remove the box collider, and it should be a mesh collider. Because was convex. What does it do? Okay. Because when we shoot it, we don't want the bullets to appear in midair, right? Dark theme in Unity is free. Yeah, and also you can remove the splash screen. Guys, give me a sec. I gotta turn on my fan. Yeah, you can remove the splash screen with Unity Pro. So here's what I do. I just make a game for years, and then I'll buy a month's worth of Unity Pro. I'm not sure if you can buy Unity Pro for a month, though, anymore. I think they figured out what people were doing. Alrighty. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of people watching today. Welcome everybody. 251 viewers. I love it. That makes me feel special. Okay, so we've got our hanger. We're gonna hit apply. Good. Hey, let's go ahead and find some more, you know. What other things can we bring into this room to make it feel more alive? Paper. There's a picture. Whoa. What can the picture do? Is the picture super high poly? It kind of is. Well, no, it's not bad. Hey, we can do the picture. You guys want to add pictures to the walls? And we'll create our own pictures. How about that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a collider to, let's see. I need to add a collider to one of these walls here, just because I need to place. If you have a collider on something, like a box collider, for example, now we can actually just drag these pictures and they'll snap to the walls, right? But we also need to make sure we're choosing the right ones here. There we go. Picture 1, 2, 3. So let's create 8 pictures, guys. You ready? We're going to create 8 creepy pictures. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait. So first off, I know that I want them to be bigger. And these are going to be representative of the story of the game. Hold on, Madame said something. Madame Unikite. My youngest son is also incredibly amazing at making music. I want him to compose music for my games. He is only 10 years old. Sweet. I love that. Tell your son I said hello. Not that, I don't know if he cares. I'm not being cocky or anything. Some people like that. I don't know. Okay, so these look 3D, but I don't think that they are. I think that's a normal map. The frame. So we can make it look low poly and low res. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and create some pictures, guys. You ready? And they're going to be creepy. They're going to be real creepy. Look at all these pictures. There's so many. All right, first step is to go to the frames and go ahead and just crank it down to like maybe 128 with point no filter and hit apply. Okay, good. So that's actually that's everything. Okay, sweet. So everything is in one texture, which I love. So let's go ahead and maybe go 256. I need to go a little higher. No, we're gonna have to figure out how to do it lower. Okay, and then also the material itself, we're gonna remove everything. Okay. No normal maps, no occlusion. There we go, and we're gonna remove any of the metallic. Look, there we go. Now it looks old school. It was that fast. All right, I just want to double check something here, guys. Run all the way over to the frames. I don't have anything against FL Studio. I see you guys are talking about FL Studio. I don't like how round those picture frames are. It doesn't feel right. I might need to fix that. Crap. I really don't like how round those picture frames are. Are they actually round? They're not. So what's going on? Let's double check something here. Let's go to the actual picture frames here and see if there's like shading occurring or something. Maybe. I don't know. Let's do this. Let's just take all these pictures here. And I'm going to see if this solves the problem. I'm going to copy these, paste them up there, and then just going to do a simple red. Just to see what happens. Okay, they still look round, but they're not round, are they? Huh. You guys didn't think this would bug me, did you? But I want them to look like flat. I might need to open up them. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, let's create some creepy. Whoopsie, something happened. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's bring our controller over here so we can take a look at the wall as we're working on the wall. We've got a lot of creepy stuff. And, you know, if you're upset by spoilers, I'm sorry. Really. But we are going to have some spoilers in today. So a lot of this game has to do with the Garden of Eden. So we're going to go ahead and hit play here. There are pictures, and we're going to start creating some pictures. Okay? First thing I want to do, this is probably... You guys have figured out my tricks already, haven't you? We're going to go to pixels.com or pexels.com. And we're just going to find various photographs. Okay? So the first one is going to be an apple. That one's cool. Let me copy that, and we'll just bring it into our frames. So let's see here. We have a tall one here. Obviously, you want to credit all of these photos here, which I will do in the credits. How long does it take to make a full game? It really depends, guys. It's a good question. My first game, or my first commercial release, took me a long time, 5 years. But it shouldn't take you 5 years. Let me just say that. All right, we're going to make this look painted. You should be able to do it quicker. I was stupid. And then, there we go. Number of levels. Good. So there's one, but here's the thing. We don't have to add any pixelation effect to it. By default, it'll be pixelated. This is why I'm happy. Look, this is why I'm so glad we're making a pixelated game. You just get away with so much. So that's great. The next thing I want to do is create some kind of cool Photoshop stuff here. So watch this. This is going to be so much fun. Whoops. What we're going to do is make the fingers long. Okay? And again, you know, we're making a pixelated game, so we can get away with a lot of cheating here. So, like I said, we're going to do some creepy stuff. Unsplash? What's unsplash? What's unsplash? All right. There we go. And maybe one finger back here. And it'll be something like this. See? Awesome. And maybe a thumb right here. Beautiful. I like that a lot. I don't know why I can't put a finger on it, but the story of Adam and Eve is one of the creepiest stories. I just think it's really creepy. So I'm trying to incorporate those vibes in this game. Plenty of information about Adam and Eve in this game. Okay. Save that out and take a look at how it looks. Ooh, oh, I like it. Okay, good. Welcome, Word. All right, good. And by the way, guys, I try and do an ad read about 10 minutes into my stream, so I appreciate you supporting the channel and listening. Let's see if we could find something while I do my ad read. We're going to look for a snake, okay? But by the way, guys, there is a 25% off coupon below if you want to join Full-Time Game Dev. This is a live streaming coupon code. If you do purchase Full-Time Game Dev, obviously you support my channel, which is wonderful. Sorry if this is giving a lot of you the heebie-jeebies. You obviously support my channel, but you support yourself, and it's an investment to you. It's a massive course, 30 hours of honestly highly polished, informative content, high-value content. Got over 2,000 students and over 1,000 students on the Discord server, the private Discord server. So feel free to join, guys. You're going to learn everything that I've learned in the last 5 years of making indie games, from securing 6 figures in funding from publishers and Kickstarter campaigns. I've done all that, but also getting press coverage. How do you get press coverage? And I know what a lot of you are thinking. Well, Thomas, I don't even know how to make a game. Well, I'm going to teach you how to make a game, obviously. A 2D game and a 3D game. So this is the thing. It's called Full-Time Game Dev for a reason. It's going to teach you how to go from 0 to full-time and learn everything that I've learned. By the way, if you're in the course, feel free to say hi in the chat. I love having you guys say hi. But yeah, 25% off, so feel free to do that. Feel free to check it out. And I will give you a shout out. I definitely will give you a shout out if you do join during the live stream. Oh. I'm just looking for the right snake. Looking for the right snake at the right time. We're gonna find it, I promise. That's not a snake. Let's see here. Okay, now we're just lost. We can make this look creepy. I'll show you how. So there is Lucifer. So Lucifer is going to be hanging out in one of the bigger photos. Okay. So there's one. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is find a finger. Not a ringer. Excuse me. A finger. That's kind of cool. There we go. And by the way, a lot of you asked me, Thomas, should I make a 3D game or a 2D game? This is a good example of why I might recommend a 3D game, because it's so much easier to do stuff like this, which is just take content and repurpose it, you know? Whoops. So we've got, hold on. Let's go back in time here. Yeah, it's way easier to do it this way. Make a game this way. You just repurpose content. All right, that's fine. Let's see if we can get it licking the finger. I kind of want a different one. I want it to be like pointing. There it is. So this is kind of like a I guess a play on what's that Da Vinci painting? You know, it's kind of a play on that. We'll make it a long finger. And I'm just cutting this out really rudimentary like. Is that a phrase I can use? Rudimentary like? And we'll obviously need to make these fingers long too. We're just creating some photos here. And while I'm working on these photos, I'm happy to answer some questions you guys have. So let me open up the chat here and take a look. I love that. Okay, let me open up the chat and take a look at everybody. All right. Welcome, Moritz. Moritz, welcome to the full-time game dev program. And thank you for supporting the channel. Moritz, I hope the program works out for you. And if it doesn't, hey, let me know. 30-day money-back guarantee. Definitely don't want your money if it doesn't work for you. That's not what I'm about. So welcome to the program. That's awesome. I love that you're starting that journey. I used to be hesitant. To saying, you should join, or it's going to be great, or it's an investment in your future. I used to be really hesitant about that. I'm not anymore, and the reason why is because every student I have is saying that, and so I'm like, okay, well, if y'all are saying it, then I can say it. All right, look at this. I love this. I love long fingers. Look at that. Here, let's open up the chat. George says, do you need a gaming PC to make games? Or is that overkill? I actually think it's overkill. The reason why is because if you're an indie game developer, you should not be making AAA games. And in fact, if you are making AAA games, you're probably not going to finish. Because that's the budget is huge for those games. Like $100 million, right? Do you have $100 million? No. So honestly, I just say get a computer that's fine. And then you can, let's stick it in its mouth. Then you can make a game that actually you're kind of working on the machine that is also the target market in a way. And it also, in a way, I'm into limiting. I'm definitely into limiting yourself, because one of the worst things you can do as a game developer is not have limits, honestly. So, okay, and then we're just gonna put this finger in this mouth here. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna make it all blend together and look like it's part of the. All part of the right style, so it's going to be cohesive. Marcus says, which way is the best way to make game development a habit? Like, how do you train yourself and what to improve? How to have game ideas that are possible? Well, I would say first compare yourself not to AAA games. That's a great question. Thank you so much for asking. Don't compare yourself to AAA studios, and also don't even compare yourself to ridiculously like professional, seasoned game developers. Honestly, guys, I'm not super professional, as you have learned. I'm kind of a hack. That's not true. But I fake it till I make it, that's for sure. But you really shouldn't even compare yourself to me, because I've been doing this since I was 15, you know, and I'm 30 now. So you should be comparing yourself to games that you feel you could accomplish. And I know that that's relative and it's not or subjective, but that's my advice. Wait, what happened? There's our snake. Okay, so we're gonna blur this significantly here, so that it's just a background. Watch this. We can just blur it significantly. There we go. So now there's no snake in the background. And we could take the snake and the finger. That sounds like a really cool, like, creepy novel. The snake and the finger. Ametishwar says Thomas makes 6 figures a year. I sure do. I make more than 6 figures a year. Well, like I make more than $100,000 a year. But I'm an entrepreneur at this point, guys. Like I don't just make video games. I do a lot. So I sell a course. I'm about to start selling game development products and tools. So I'm an entrepreneur in addition to being a game developer. I am a game developer. Obviously, I'm making games right now, and I'm going to sell this game. But I do a lot of things. Okay, so there's this. I love this photo. It's so weird. It's like, what am I looking at? I kind of wish it was like this. Yeah. There we go. How cool is that? Maybe move it to like this. Sweet. And then this will be dark down here. All right. Well, not too dark. And then, hey, can we find some blood splatter? Let's see if we can find some blood splatter. Blood splatter. How about ink splatter? That's kind of cool. Ooh, that's creepy. I like that. Let's take it. We'll do something like that. And then the background we can make red. Do color. And then one more that's just normal. And then a drop shadow on the hand. This looks like weird hotel art. But that's okay. I'll show you how we're going to make it not look like hotel art. Good. Merge all this together. I don't like this anymore. Let's just blur it. And then we're going to merge all these together because we like it. We are confident in what we have here. So let's merge it together. I don't like the red, actually. Sorry. I don't like the red. The reason is because you can't see the nails. So that's good for me right there. Let's convert it to a smart object, actually. I'm not quite sure if I like it yet. Let's do filter gallery. And you can try that. Save it and then go back into Unity and let's take a look. Ooh, that one's cool. The drop shadow actually makes this look... It doesn't work. So let's go to the... let's remove the drop shadow. And then why don't we go ahead and find like a stormy... or a garden. There we go. Leaves. That's what we need. There we go. This. We'll put that in here and lighten it up. Yeah, something like this. Okay, keep asking questions, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to focus here. Guess you don't want me to focus, do you? We're not merging because we're confident. We're merging because we don't fear God. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Yeah, that looks better. Although I shall say, I don't know. It kind of needs to be red. I keep coming back to it. Needs to be red. Let's see if we can find a way to make this work. I like the hands. What about green? We could do green. Oh, like it was green, but I'm saying like an orangish green. There we go. Drop down this. There we go. Drop down the lightness. Can we do that? Let's take a look. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool. Let's bring it down so we can see if it actually looks any good. That's really cool. I love these fingers. That's just so cool to me. Probably need to crank up the contrast on this towards the snake's head. But let's go ahead and put it right there for now. So yeah, towards the snake's head, we'll do a brightness and contrast. Contrast. Ooh, yay. The contrast really helps. Save it out. Save it out. Good. Look, it's kind of got like red on it. Looks like it's the fingers being eaten, you know? I will say, this right here needs to be just pure red. Okay. There we go. Well, that didn't work, did it? What the F? Hold on. Yeah. We'll just do pure red right here. Save that. Save that. Ooh, wow. Okay. How strange. That made it look worse. How about just a little bit lighter, you know? Like that. How's that? Okay? Whatever. All right. We're going to take an image of... This is going to be difficult. To Google search and not get shut down on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look it up over here. Eve. Okay, we don't have any Eve. What about Garden of Eden? I wonder if it would be okay for me to use a photo, a painting from the Renaissance. Garden, Adam and Eve. Do you think that's okay, guys? Here I go stealing again. Okay, let's see here. That's what I told you. Okay. I'm glad that this is not on this screen. Let's keep looking, though. Yeah, what do you guys think? Can I use a Renaissance photo? No, safer work speedrun. It sounds cleaner. What sounds cleaner? Give me just a sec. I almost found one. Hello. Let's keep going. What do we got here? I don't want any nudity because I want it to be on Nintendo Switch. And all of these Renaissance paintings are nudity, so I'm looking for one that isn't. Ooh, I like this one. So this is I don't know who that is, but we're gonna take it. I think this is a Renaissance painting. This one's really cool. So we're gonna make this look really creepy. The first thing is we're gonna put the fingers pretty long. We're also gonna do a really long nose. Something about long pointy noses freaked me out. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna, obviously, you know, this is pretty detailed. So we're gonna try and make it so that it's not as detailed and it actually works in the image. So first off, we probably have to need to do, yeah, we need to make these super red. Select inverse, red, Good. And then, I think we can fade them out just a little bit. There we go. And then the same is true with this finger here. Whoever could tell the story of Adam and Eve in the chat will get a shout out. And some of you think you know it. Some of you do know it. And I want to hear, what is the story of Adam and Eve in the chat? Let's talk about it. Let's go. Nipplegate. Adam eats apple. Jesus doesn't like it. Doctor Who says the online shop or the Bible one. Here's a yeah, you're right. You are correct. That's I like rollerballs. Was it rollerballs? I like what you said, but I won't say it out loud. Yes, obviously. Adam and Eve are the first human beings. They're told not to eat from the tree of... What is the tree, though? Who knows what the tree is? What is the tree? The tree of what? Because a lot of people don't get that one right. I hate to be a prude here. I'm fascinated by the story. In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground. For out of dust you were taken, for dust you are, and for dust you shall return. No, it's not the tree of life. Not the tree of life. Try again. Knowledge of good and evil, that's right. So here's the question. What is the knowledge of the tree? What is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? And why? Let's say the story is fake, okay? Which I'm sure maybe half of you think it's fake. Which we're not going to talk about that. What I'm going to say is, what was the writer's intention of it being the knowledge of good and evil? What the heck does that mean? The knowledge of good and evil. I have a theory for you, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. Mikamiga says, I just got here, and for a second I thought you were making a... You know what I'm saying. Lifeline, you are correct. Leandro says, am I a Christian even if I don't go to church? Of course. Of course. Okay, we got our nails here. Okay, Brian says, it's about them deciding what is good and evil and not following God. It is them following their own ideas of what they should do instead of submitting to God. Correct. Let me ask you guys a question. This is a really, really good question. I can't say the word. I don't even know if I'm going to get kicked off. Or the stream will get demonetized. That dictator from the 40s. Do you guys think he was doing what he was doing because he thought it was evil or because he thought it was good? I want to hear what your thoughts are. Was he doing it because he thought it was good and justified? Or was he doing it because he was just genuinely evil? Say it in code. Right. That's what I think. I think he thought it was good. So one of the primary problems with humanity, and you can look at the Adam and Eve story from a purely poetic standpoint if you want. This is my theory. One of the primary problems with humanity is we are always judging what is good and not, and what is morally good for ourselves. And it's what causes all of these wars. It's what causes evil. It's what causes destruction. So the first sin was somebody saying, I'm going to figure out what's good for me, not God. So that's why eating of the tree of good and evil, the knowledge of good and evil, is such a strange thing. It's like, so I'm eating a tree of a moral compass. No, not really. You're eating from a tree where the intention is to have a better moral compass than God. So that's the story of Adam and Eve. That's the theme. The theme is, from a biblical perspective, what the writers are trying to say is, you don't know better, and don't try. And if you do try, it's going to lead to chaos. So that, in my estimation, is what this story is all about. Dude, complete the painting fast. I can't watch the stream on full screen. Well, I can't speed up for you. I'm ranting about Genesis. Mika Miga says, it's crazy how self-righteousness can lead to so much violence just because people think they're justified in carrying out violence. They believe it's for good cause and they will do evil. Interestingly, it happens all the time. So people go, they say, oh, that person or that group is the problem and we need to wipe them out. And it doesn't always start that way. It starts with, they're the problem, they need to go elsewhere. Oh, they're crazy, they need to go elsewhere. Politically speaking, in America, the left and right are both doing it to each other. So we're all eating from the knowledge of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and assuming that we have the higher moral ground. And my theory is we should all be careful with being dogmatic. It doesn't mean you can't have beliefs. You should just be careful. That's why Jesus says, if you're going to judge, be prepared to be judged. He also says, get the plank out of your eye before you judge the dust in somebody else's eye. And that's like the opposite of eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Okay, so we have this beautiful image here. I'm going to merge these later. Actually, you guys are going to love this. Here we go. You ready? Oh, not that. Watch this. We're going to go to burn. Color burn, and we're going to burn her eyes. Here we go. Mama. Okay. And then we just trickle on down her back. So color burn is super clever. You can just really make things creepy. All right, let's take a look and see if we can even see what's going on here. All right, let's go. So it's right there. Hey, it looks pretty good. Caius Nelson gave me $5 and said, "Wise brush man." Thank you. You guys know this. I read the Bible like crazy. Lately, I've been reading it a lot. And it's just the stories. You know, believe it or not, what I mean is believe the Bible or don't believe it, doesn't matter. Read the stories. They're remarkable. They're so strange. They're boring a lot of times, but it doesn't mean that they're not profoundly impactful. Like, they'll stay in your head for a long time. Especially stories in Genesis. Okay, so we're gonna need to make her fingers a little bit darker. Yeah. To disregard the stories in the Bible there's a tremendous amount of hubris to do that. You need a tremendous amount of hubris to do that, because it's the top selling book. It is unbelievably historical in terms of it's just long lasting. It's been around for a long time, and that book has been the top piece of literature across dozens of like massive, powerful governments. And so it's, at the very least, you can go, what is this thing? Like, why is Why do people care so much? So I'm not a fan of any literature, the Quran, anything. I'm not a fan of throwing anything out just because you're sick of it. So I'm really interested in taking biblical stories, and I did that with Pinstripe to a degree, taking them and just re-exploring them from a different angle and trying to discover what made them so special. Come on. Why can't I do this? Oh, it's color burn, that's why. There we go. Yeah, we can't really see the hands, so let's take a look here. There we go. Let's see if we can just color the whole hand black. Ooh, Papa F. Hill, you are speaking my language. I love Ecclesiastes. It's such a sobering book that puts in perspective good and evil, and what is truly important. Spoiler, finding God. Yeah, I love Ecclesiastes. I used to use it as an excuse to be mopey as a teenager and like super emo. And I would just tell all my friends, it's all pointless. Nothing matters. I'm going to go listen to Circa Survive. I'm not that way anymore, not really. Sorry guys, this one's taking me a while because the pixelation is kind of hurting it. There we go. Save that out and see if we can see it better. All right. I wouldn't say religion is the reason why there's division among people, Inferno, although I respect your opinion. I really do. And thank you for being honest. I would say dogmatism leads to division. And also, there's a real important question here is division a problem? So for example, we were divided as a world during World War II, weren't we? Well, that division in a way was good. You separate yourself from certain people. You go, we're not going to play that game. We're not going to be part of that game. So unification does not always mean that things are fine. Danya asks a really good question. How are you making changes without exporting the texture? Well, it's a Photoshop file. And so you can just save the Photoshop file, and then Unity will pull it in and convert it to a PNG. You know what I'm really learning, guys? I love having conversations like this. And I hate, and none of you have done this, but I hate when people get frustrated and pissy. It's like, oh my gosh, can we just talk for a second? And so I love that you guys can just sit here and talk with me about the Bible, about what your thoughts on it are, whether you don't like it, whether you like it. I'm not going to get mad. Yeah, no problem, Inferno. Yeah, a lot of people will say, peace is unity. And I say, you can be unified, but really deep down, everyone is just shutting up and nobody's saying anything. So for example, Germany was unified in, 1940? They were unified, but that's because everybody was terrified. And they just shut up. They didn't say anything. So unification is not the equivalent of, there's shallow unification and then there's true unification. Most of the time, I think that peace is actually just shallow unification because nobody's saying what they truly think. So I would just say, my theory is you should not be fooled by a feeling and a sense of unity. It's not always real. Okay, I think that's fine. I like that one. She's got really creepy fingers, black eyes, and I'm down with just keeping it as is. Quantum says, as an ex-Christian, I like the Bible stories, but I feel like there are good things to take from it, but also a lot of outdated stuff that can create hate when people take it too literally. I would say, and this is my argument, swap out the word literally with ignorantly. Because if you're a Christian and you're reading the Bible and you feel like you have some kind of reason to hate somebody, it's like you worship Jesus. So that guy says to love your enemies. So if Jesus is the God that you worship as a Christian, but you're hating people, you're a fraud. That's my theory. But I do understand. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that there's not scripture in the Bible that is confusing and can easily be manipulated and warped. But I don't blame the stories for that, personally. Sethi says Thomas Brush for president. Masamed M7 MD says try to read some stories from the Quran. I have, and I'm sure that I read a few, but I didn't read a lot, so I think I should do that. That's a great idea. All right, I've looked at a lot of stuff. I've looked at Mormonism too. Mormonism is really interesting, really weird, really weird, really interesting too. Okay, let's find some more. What other images can we use from Pexels.com? We can do, let's see here. Let's find Pexels.com. I actually really want to show like thorns, something like that. This one's not going to be too particular. Where'd my internet go? Come on. Come on. All right, let's find some thorns. That's funny. Let's see here. These are like cactuses. Caleb says, I think you hit the nail on the head when you brought up people being overly dogmatic. When dogmatism and legalism enter the conversation, you are no longer being biblical. I wouldn't say that necessarily, because the Old Testament is full of legalism to a degree. And I consider the Old Testament just as valid as the New. But I will say that, like, let's pretend Jesus knew everything and Jesus was God. That's what I believe. Even Jesus, to a degree, wasn't dogmatic. Like, I mean, he was, but he was gentle with it. And so if this guy knew everything and he is God, even he was meek and mild, right, and humble. And so you can't really be dogmatic, at least in a hateful way, if you're humble. So it's difficult to. There's a difficult. What's the word? It's a difficult conversation because currently we do live in an age where everything is so polarized and everyone is so frustrated so quickly. And I'm like, I'm not saying you can't disagree with me, but can we just chill? All right, let's type in rose. Maybe that'll give us a thorny rose. I like this one. Let's just do a chill one. Nothing crazy here. And we'll obviously do my face, as an Easter egg. And we'll also do an image from a phrase. Whoever writes out the creepiest phrase, I'll screenshot it and put it inside the scene here. All right, so that's fine. Let's save it and see how it looks. Okay, so it's a little pink, right? So what we're gonna do is just go ahead and, well, let's actually cut it really quick. Not yet, guys. Creepiest phrase, not yet. Hold on, let me finish this one, and then we'll do a creepy phrase. And it has to be one associated with the story of Adam and Eve. So we have to be creative here. And I will literally screenshot it with that person's name, and it will be a picture in this game. Okay? Okay, so we have orange here. Drop it down a little bit, save it. Okay, I like that. Let's hit play here and take a look. So we have a rose there. We have Adam and Eve. We have the apple. Finger in the snake's mouth. Okay, it has to be a small phrase because we can't fit much on these pictures, guys. Slithering stream. It has to be, honestly, it has to be like one word. I ate an apple and it felt good. Apples for apples. Interesting. Ryan, yes, I am a Christian. Let's keep going. Epic. Epic? What master do you serve? Nope. It needs to be one phrase, and it needs to be indicative of this university. Guys, this university follows the tenets of a religion that worships Eve, okay? So use that as your inspiration. An apple a day keeps Yahweh away. Oh, that's funny. When a devil offers you a rose, its petals are laced with poison. The bosom that craves the apple. I like that. Okay. You just won. Joshua Bartels. The irony is interesting. It says mother in all caps. All right, buddy. You just won. Congratulations. We're going to put your screenshot inside one of the phrases here. Or one of the pictures here. Congratulations. And it's going to be fun. We're going to have to figure out how to make this creepy and also have your name in the game. Joshua, I should ask you, do you mind having your name in the game, Joshua? Yeah, that is interesting. If Adam and Eve existed, I actually do believe they existed, then their children, in order to procreate, had to do something weird. Although there is indication in Genesis that there were other people, which is really weird. Somehow there were other people. And I say, well, okay, if we're going to follow the rules of Genesis, then, why can't God make more people from the dust of the earth, Okay, Josh, we're going to put your name in here, and it's going to make it look like you're like this epic mystic, okay? It's going to be like a quote. All right, let's see here. Let's do this. You're going to love this, Josh. It's going to look like it's like you said something profound and dropped the mic. All right, we've got this screenshot here, and we're going to put quotes around it. And I hope your name appears. It might be a little too small. So we're going to try, Josh. Now, Josh, I might need to change the font. In fact, I know I want to change the font to be smaller, or the word to be smaller. So, Josh Bartels. And it's going to be pixelated. There we go. Okay, we're going to try that. Okay? But I do like the idea of having like an artifact from our stream in the game, which is that's just fun. I mean, come on. So we're going to keep the screenshot of mother, but everything else, I'm going to have to do like this. There we go. And then we'll do this black here. We could actually do, you know what we could do, Josh? We could do a yellowish parchment. Let's go to Pexels.com. We're going to type in paper texture. Okay. Where is it? Where the F is it? There it is. Copy it, and then we're going to bring it in and then put it over top and then do an overlay. There we go. A bigger texture here. There we go. Like that. And obviously not white, but black. These two, rasterize them, or at least do a smart object, and we'll do black. And then this right here, we'll do, yep, outline it like this. Mother. Well, interestingly, the game is about, there's a lot about the game that's going to be a dialogue on what it means to be a father and why fathers are very necessary in life. So I'm interested to discover what that is. Because I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, you know, but we're going to figure it out. What the? There we go. Mother. Okay, I'm going to merge all this together, Josh, really quick. There we go. And I'm going to try to make it look a little more creepy. Here. There we go. Convert all that to a smart object. Okay, good. And then add that paper texture one more time. There we go. And then just a lower opacity. There we go. Like that. And then, hey, how about some blood dripping or some ink drip? Go. This is cool, Josh. Okay, let's go a little bit darker. There we go. And then drop it below these. There we go. All right. We'll convert all that to a smart object, and then we're going to do a big contrast hit. Convert it to a smart object, and then drop the opacity down because, hey, we need to see where that actual image is. What the heck? Okay. How fun. I love getting you guys included in the game. That's always really fun to me. Okay, you ready? Let's take a look. Hopefully we can actually see it. Yeah, we can. Okay, good. There it is, buddy. Just barely clear. I wonder if we can make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it better. And you know, this is what David Lynch does. David Lynch just puts random crap in his movies, and it's like, oh, he's so smart. And it's like, no, it doesn't mean anything. In this case, this actually means a lot, which is, this is from one of my subscribers. So congratulations, Josh. You're in the game. All right. Let's see if we can just come up with some quick images here. How about an upside down cross? And I kind of want to go into this really quick, and yeah, those need to be smaller. I don't like how they're so close to the edges. And by the way, guys, today's live stream, for those of you who are just joining us, and for those of you who have heard the ad read, I appreciate you listening as always. And if the ad read does annoy you, I get it. There is also a free 2D game kit below. Also, a live, not a live, a lecture below. It's an hour-long lecture about how you can go from just a demo to securing 6 figures in funding. It's totally free. Both of those are totally free. Just click below, and you can watch both of them. Or watch one of them and then get the free game kit. But by the way, guys, today's live stream is sponsored by my online course. I'm sponsoring my own videos, fulltimegamedev.com. You're going to learn everything that I've learned in the last 5 years of making indie games. And also how I went from 0, or basically just a demo, and securing 6 figures to quit my day job, pay my bills, pay my mortgage. I was married, had kids, but I'm doing what I love because I figured out how to take a demo and go full-time with that demo with Kickstarter and also publishers. And I've done it multiple times. I teach you the hacks, I teach you the tricks. It's a 30-hour course. By the way, if you're in the course, feel free to say hi in the chat. I'm also gonna help you and teach you how to make a 2D game and a 3D game, and how to take that game, launch it, do a beta test, reach out to press, and get coverage from the Washington Post, PC Gamer, Time Magazine. At least that's what I did. I can't make any promises, I can just tell you what I've done. If you guys are interested in this 30-hour course, join over 2,000 students with the promo code below. It's 25% off right now, so feel free to check it out. All right. So far, so good. Let's just do a few final images here. If we go to the carpet, let's see here. This carpet here, there is a upside-down cross, okay? I'm gonna take that cross. This is why I just love doing low-resolution games, because you can get away with so much crap. So this, for example, right here, paste this. And you know what's interesting? This symbol plays into the knowledge of good and evil. It's what the school teaches. The school teaches that it's the sword of truth, right? This is the sword of truth, but it's really an upside down cross. And in fact, I would argue the lore of the school is the students think it's a sword of knowledge, of good and evil, of moral righteousness. But the head honchos at the school, which I'm not going to tell you who those are, they know exactly what this symbol is. Let's go to Unity here. Take a look and see if that cross looks. Oh, I like that cross. It looks like an embroidered cross. We'll scale it up a little bit like that. Cool. Put it right there. There. Oh, dude. Ahmed. No, someone logical. There's so much lore. There's gonna be so much lore. It's gonna be so much fun. I like it. Okay, good. So we've got room for 2 more. How about some messaging? Good evening, Scatties. This is about the only messaging I want to do. So let's just find, really quick, just 2 more images from Pexels. Just 2 more images from Pexels. What are some Eve or Garden of Eden type things? Let me think about some symbols. How about just a creepy face? There we go. Welcome to my game, Braces Girl. Let's see what we can do here. I love making faces creepy. This is my bread and butter, guys. Paste her in there. There we go. Very nice. And let's go ahead and get started. First thing you want to do, anytime you're doing a creepy face, hey, color burn. Always do a color burn. Wrong. And then just subtly, it almost looks rashy right here. There we go. Look, see how that's making her face look like it's rashy? Always make the nose rashy. Okay. And the brow, of course. Hey, why not the teeth and the mouth too? And then just have it dripping. Here we go. And guys, we're just using a mouse. Nothing special here. Let's have it come through the eyes, down the eyes too. Okay. So far so good. Let's take a look in Unity, how it looks. Okay. Then all we're gonna do is, hey, let's see here. Let's do brightness contrast, drop it down significantly so it's very dark. One more. And then a colorization. Colorize, saturation up, orange, and then just a subtle shift. Make it look more like a photograph. Good. And then, hey, why not just make it upside down? So it doesn't look so cheesy. Whoopsie. We merged something together. Oh. Okay, let's go into Unity, take a look how it looks here. With the lighting. Lighting is everything. That's great. And then why not, I think a flame or a fire is for some reason, I love this. So some kind of flame or fire. That's good. No. Okay. We'll just cut that out. Cut it out. Cut it out. There we go. And then just pull it up. Save it. And let's take a look. Okay, we've got some good photos. It's great. All right, let's place them around the room. I want to check on the chat, make sure everybody's okay. Could do an upside down cross in the fire. Okay, Brody. You want to do that? We'll take this. And it'll be a white or an orange cross, actually. The flame, the sword of truth, dances in the flame. Or it's an upside down cross. That could be it. Save that out. I would argue the Tree of Life is not what the Evian religion that this school has partnered with. I would argue that they're not into the Tree of Life. They don't like the Tree of Life. That's at least what I think. I think the one that stands out wrong to me is actually this one here. It needs to be orange. Sean, that is true. That was the cross of Peter, Correct. Peter was crucified upside down. But it's at least traditionally in a symbol of the occult. Okay, let's crank that up a little bit. Maybe add some contrast here. There we go. Well, just because Jesus was real doesn't mean he had any sort of... Doesn't mean what he was saying was real. Because Jesus was saying a lot of seemingly crazy things. I've always argued it's easier to try and prove God is real than to prove Jesus is God. It's so much... to me, it's easier to prove at least the probability of a God than to prove that Jesus is God. Because I'm always willing to, like, I can go, hey, you know, you can go, here's why I think God is real. And you give your like 3 bullet points about the probability of there being a God. And then they go, okay, is Jesus God? Because that's what you believe, Thomas. And I go, correct, but that's hard. It's more just a gut feeling. You know, the cheesy, it's a relationship thing. Like, that's where my heart is and where I genuinely feel that. But I definitely understand all of the what do you say? The pushback. Like, I get it. It's weird. Like, it's a weird religion. It really is. But I believe it. All right, so, you know, there's not a lot of places to put pictures right now. I'll probably put one right there, maybe. Let's try that. Like, kind of on a corner over here. This is such fun doing world building. Seeing somebody program on Mac feels weird. Yep. All right. Stintin, welcome. Stintin just subbed. I love that. Welcome. One of the few proofs I do like to talk about is why on earth is Jesus the most famous person in the world? Like, isn't that weird? It's just weird. It's like this guy, this random dude who only lived to be 30, who was this Jewish guy who did weird preaching, is the most powerful and influential man in history. By powerful, I mean these massive, for better or for worse, but these massive institutions, including kings and world leaders, adopted his teaching and would proclaim him as God. That's weird to me. There's just a lot there to unpack. It's like, what happened? And why does the entire history hinge on his birthday? And a lot of people like to argue that that's not true. It is true, unless I'm missing something. The entire world calendar, that the crux is his birthday. It's just weird. It's a strange thing. Very strange. Christopher DeVos says, "Oh, this is live. Hi, everyone." Okay, so that looks great. We've got some... It's not great. That looks weird. Let's see if we can just make it smaller, you know? Sort of hang it right there. That's fine, I guess. We'll find other places to put these pictures. For now, we're just going to make them prefabs, though, okay? Because the truth is, I got a lot of rooms coming from Felipe, he's doing the illustrate or the 3D design for the rooms. But we can jump into a Q&A if you guys want to do that. We could talk about game dev and all that cool stuff. All right, we got plenty of pictures here that we can go ahead and make prefabs out of. Yeah, it's hard to hang it on an ornate stone wall. That's right. All right, there's picture 1. It's going to be a prefab variant. Picture 2. And the reason I'm creating prefabs out of this, guys, is I'm just going to use these over and over and over again. One of the, for me, one of the charming aspects of classic games is when you'd come across the same decorations over and over and over in a game. It's lazy, but, well, it's lazy for me. But it's also like classic gaming. All right, good. Picture 8, where is that? Oh, it's over here. Good. All right. Acnology says, Thomas, what kind of movement system are you using? I am using a game kit that I hired AJ to create. And we're going to sell this game kit in September, if you're interested. All righty. Wood Glow says, I need to go now. Thomas, thank you for making games with us, and I will see you next time. See you later, buddy. All right. You guys want to do a Q&A? Let's do a Q&A. Let's go. All right. I'm going to answer game dev questions. Guys, let's focus today on, if we can, game development, how to go full-time, entrepreneurship as a game dev, all that cool stuff, okay? And I'm going to answer as many questions as possible and try and help you out as much as I can. All right. Why can't I talk? What renderer is this game in? It is currently in standard renderer. So whatever that is, nothing special. All right. So, college degree, does it make a difference or not? As an indie game developer, probably not. Getting a AAA job, maybe a little bit. Best thing you can have, though, is a really good portfolio, and that means just make great games. Will there be NPC characters to interact with in the game? Yes. Yes, plenty. Here comes the flood of questions, says Rowan. Post-processing. Do you want to see the post-processing, Bill Quinn? Let's take a look at the post-processing. Here we go, guys. I'm going to show Bill Quinn the post-processing effects we are using for our game. Ooh, look at that. So there's some effects, and then there's the lighting. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit play here, and let's take a look at all the post-processing effects we're using. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my profile, and this is again, I mean, we've talked about this 1,000 times in previous streams, but I'm happy to show you. It's always fun to talk about. There's actually two profiles. Let's see here. There's a world profile, and then there's also color and effects profile. Let's talk about the world profile first. For some reason, we had to separate the ambient occlusion out because we're rendering with different cameras. But that's the game without ambient occlusion. So let's take a look. This is without ambient occlusion. Kind of looks cheap, doesn't it? It's definitely staying true to form in terms of old school, but it just looks cheap. So with ambient occlusion on, you got these really rich shadows now at the edges of the geometry. Okay, so that's one of them. Then also we've got bloom. So that's bloom, no bloom, bloom, no bloom, no bloom, or bloom, no bloom. So even the carpet has a bloom to it, which makes it look like it's almost radiating energy, which is kind of cool. Color grading, this one's important. So a little bit more contrast, although I kind of like it without the color grading, you know? Interesting. Interesting how that works, huh? So color grading on. Vignette. This is the vignette off. Kind of like it with it off, to be honest. But there's a vignette on now. And then finally, grain. So the grain is just you can't even see it, honestly. It's just almost a feeling as opposed to a visual. And then finally, this is the most important one, guys. We got our camera here. We have this retro game shader. So this is the retro shader on. Super pixelated. Okay. And this is attached to the camera. And this is it off. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. Ooh, it's smooth now. It is. But to me, for some reason, it just doesn't have that crunchy feel that I want. So that's why I have it on. So that's why I have the retro game shader on. Just gives me nostalgia, you know. All right, guys. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. All right, more questions. More questions. Isn't it too much? Said Trey. Maybe. Okay, we've got an interesting question here from Pirate King. I'm thinking of buying your course, Thomas. I'd really love to learn and know more about art. What resolutions, your fog, nitty-gritty, etc. But just seeing the art course pre-order. So what's in the original? Well, my course focuses on 2D development, but also there is a 3D piece of the content as well. And that's taught by my buddy David Whaley. And he's going to cover stuff like fog and bloom and post-processing effects, stuff like that. Here's the thing, Pirate King. If you do get the course, go through the content. If it doesn't work for you, ask for a refund. I won't be upset. I want it to be worth it to you. So you can't really lose. So just check it out. Take a look. But Pirate King, regarding 2D, if you're thinking about doing 2D, resolution, fog, all of the 2D nitty-gritty details, it's all in the course. It's all in the course. Okay. All right. But the 2D kit, the pre-order for the 2D Art Pro is just taking your art to the next level. That's what that is. Okay. Okay. Do you ever use visual scripting or versus regular code? No, I use regular code usually. Yeah. I have an important question. Did you use Unity or Blender for animating the arms with the weapons? That was, I believe, Maya. And I hired Felipe, my buddy Felipe. His link is in the description, to do the arms and the guns. I'm doing the models for the enemies, but he's doing the guns. If you want to learn more about those, just click below to subscribe to his channel, and he has videos on how he made those, at least the guns. Okay. AVF says, does your course include any C#? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Plenty of C#. Like I said, feel free to snag the course, and if it doesn't work for you, I'll give you a refund immediately. Did you ever feel, this is from Hudlix, thanks for the question, Hudlix. Did you ever feel like a game of yours wouldn't succeed because your idea wasn't sellable, likable, even though it's what you wanted to make? How would you recommend overcoming this? Well, Hudlix, I could tell you what I've done in the past. In the past, well, I don't even know how to get over that hurdle, to be completely honest with you. I don't think Father is marketable. I just don't. It's an old school game. It's weird. It's got enemies that look like butts. There's naked creatures running around. It's just weird. Probably won't get on Nintendo Switch because it's just too weird. but it's what I want to make. Now, the way I'm getting the reason I'm doing what I want to do is because I made enough money from my previous games and also from being an entrepreneur, selling courses, selling products, selling games, all that stuff. I've made enough money where I can be like, I'm going to do what I want at this point. So I can't give you any advice about what it feels like to say I'm going to make a game that isn't marketable. I don't quite know. And I would argue that you should probably, if it's your first game, or probably your second game, because that's when you're really going to know what you're doing. Your second game, you should probably focus on marketability. Okay? The reason why is because you can make a game marketable and still do what you want. Believe it or not. Find out what makes your game marketable and put that in your game even though you feel like a lot of it isn't marketable. Okay? You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You can still be marketable. You can still be an opportunist and make great art and tell your story. That's my theory, at least. You got to find a niche for Boomer Shooter's Dusk. That's right. That's absolutely right. Thomas Brush, Aaron had a super chat $5 donation about feature creep. I'm sorry, guys. I don't see the freaking super chats because, well, because I'm a bad person, honestly. No, I got a different chat up. I'm going to try and pull that up really quick here. We got a super chat here. Show me the dang super chats. That's frustrating. I can't see the dang super chats. Ugh. I've never been able to figure this out. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry about the feature creep question. I don't know how to find it. This is because I'm an idiot. Thomas Bresch. Okay, Bruno Celestino, 5 Brazilian something. Thank you. It's awesome. Okay, I can see the super chats now, but the one that you were talking about earlier isn't showing up. I'm sorry. Hey, Thomas, this is from Brandon Koski. Hey, Thomas. Is it possible for my wife and I to take your course together as a team? Sure, go ahead. Absolutely. Or do we need each to purchase the course separately? Brandon, get one course and you email me and I will send your wife a free one so that you guys can work on it together. I think that's beautiful that you guys want to do it. Now, here's the thing, Brandon. Feel free to just log in together on separate devices. That's totally fine. But if you want a separate one, email my buddy, me, Thomas at fulltimegamedev.com, and my buddy Hector is going to answer that. Brandon, put in the subject line, say, Thomas said I could get a free course. And I would take a screenshot or like link to this video if you can. Don't even do that. Just send it to his email. Send it to Thomas at fulltimegamedev.com and he'll get you sorted. Okay? Any plans on adding? Rowan says that's sweet. It is sweet to a degree, but I'm also getting paid. So I like to be honest. Like I am making money, but I do appreciate that it's sweet. Let's see here. Do you think good story can make up for basic gameplay? Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna make $1 million probably. But Pinstripe has grossed like $300,000, and that game's gameplay is horrible. And that's my first commercial game. When did you start learning Unity, and how and when did you learn? Whoa. Oh, and where did I learn? I learned it in my head while on my computer in my bedroom, my childhood bedroom, when I was 22 after college or something, before I got married. So I got married like a month after I graduated college. So I was with my parents for a little bit. I think. Bruno, man, want to know how to publish a game. Did you can tell me where I can get this kind of information? Well, Bruno, I hate to do this, but half of my online course is about how to get published. So feel free to use 25% coupon code, but I will give you some snacks of information right now. There is a webinar below. It's totally free. Click that. It's going to teach you my top 3 secrets to getting 6 figures. Guys, I'm not some lame guru. I'm not a liar. I'm not a manipulator. I'm making games right now. This is my job. And I've been published multiple times. 3 separate times I've signed a publishing agreement. So the webinar below is going to teach you how I did that. It's not going to teach you everything, but it's going to teach you some itty bitty snickety snacks. What is that? Itty bitty snickety snacks of information about how you can get a publisher. So I want to learn from my kids. I really hope I can do it well. Oh, cool. When making game ideas keep coming to me and it keeps losing my interest on the other game idea. This is from It's Kazzer. Do you have any advice on how to not lose interest? Well, It's Kazzer. It's kind of like marriage. You got to marry your idea and stick with it. So how do you remain committed? Well, for me, when you're making a game, you've got to incentivize yourself, and you got to put these incentives in front of you. One of the incentives for me is I need money, and I need to support my family, and I have kids, and I have a wife, and I have a dog, and I have a mortgage. Oddly, those keep pushing you to finish content. When you need money, it's suddenly the lack of drive goes away. It's like, I need money. So that's one of them. The second one is just visualize your future. Take 10 minutes, go sit in a closet, close your eyes. Literally visualize your future to such a degree that you could smell and taste your surroundings. Where are you? How much money are you making? Has your game done well? How much money did your game make? Who published your game? What press outlets covered your game? Visualize it to such a degree that when you open your eyes, you're like, oh crap, I really want that. Like that felt too good. I need to go back. So those are my 2 pieces of advice. How do you pay taxes? You hire a CPA. Aaron DeBrabant. Do you believe in feature creep? Okay, Aaron, this is the one. Do I believe in feature creep? Like, no, I don't believe it. Well, do I believe it's a thing? Yes. If so, what are your guidelines to avoid this from happening? All right, Aaron, let's talk about this. What's your hourly rate? Think about your hourly rate. For me, my hourly rate is like $150, okay? I say, how long is this game gonna take me? All right, so let's do a little calculation here. Let's say Father's gonna take me 4 months. My hourly rate is $150 an hour, and it legitimately is. And I could back that up with basically how much revenue I make. Well, let's see, how much revenue do I make a month? Yeah, whatever. I don't want to give that away. Let's say my hourly rate is $100, okay? If my hourly rate is $100, let's use you, for example. Let's say your hourly rate is $100. I'm just throwing out a number. If your hourly rate is $100 an hour, and let's say you spend 25 hours a week on your game, that's a lot though, isn't it? How about 20? That's $2,000 a week. 2,000 times 4, $8,000 a month. How many months? Let's say 4 months, okay? So your game's budget is $32,000, okay? You need to find a game that has a similar budget to $32,000. And I can guarantee you that it's none of the AAA games, obviously. So the best way to avoid feature creep is to find out what your hourly rate is, how much your game is going to cost you. Guys, you obviously don't need to be being paid, okay? Just because you have an hourly rate doesn't mean you're actually being paid, okay? But you need to have an hourly rate in your head. You need to go find a game that was made for that amount. A good way to kind of do this is to go scrub through Kickstarter, find the top games on there, and just go, okay, that game at least started with a budget of around 40 grand. A good example is Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight was, I think, Kickstarted for 40,000 Australian dollars, I think. So that's how I avoid feature creep. A top tier programmer runs $400 per day. Be realistic. Yeah. Thomas, how to set up attainable goals each time we create a game? Like 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, etc. It's difficult for me to have ideas, even more ones that are doable. How do I set up attainable goals each day we create a game? Oh, I don't know. That's tough. Marcus, you should probably, if you've been following me, you know that I'm very spastic. So I don't really follow a schedule. It's a great question. I'm sorry. I just don't have a full answer for that. Just keep in mind your hourly rate and your budget, seriously, and then go, okay, I need to cram in. I need to get this game done in 4 months. And then I've done it before. It didn't pan out well, but I've done it before where I get a calendar and I just put down milestones for each week so that it fits into a launch schedule. What are we talking about? Snarf, anytime. Thanks for keeping on him about it. What is Snarf saying? Snarfy Snarf. Are you being snarfy? Aaron and Snarfy are... Aaron asked a question. Do you believe in feature? I just answered it. Okay. Do you know any books or documents that teach you about entrepreneurship? Oh, I know the documents. The books. I don't know what you mean by documents. Oh, man, there's so many people I love when it comes to entrepreneurship. Actually, guys, entrepreneurship is my... What's the word? It's my jam. Entrepreneurship is half of what I do. Obviously, my course teaches 50% of it is just entrepreneurship, specifically focused on game dev. 25% off in the link in the description. But here are a few books. Write these down. Well, first off, it's not a book. It's an individual. I'm getting to learn about Graham Cochran. Really, really helpful. He specifically focuses on like sales funnels and stuff like that, which isn't particularly helpful with game dev, but it's helpful to me because I have an online course as well. But here are a few people. If you want to learn about the importance of an email list, read Launch by Jeff Walker. If you want to read about the importance of making friends, becoming influential, being social, even though you might not be social by default, how to win friends and influence people. It teaches you how to be a leader. Never Split the Difference is a great book. It's about negotiation, which all of you need to learn if you're going to talk to publishers. Think and Grow Rich. If there was any book I would recommend you read other than the Bible. I know that's annoying, sorry. But Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Amazing book. Changed my whole life, honestly. A lot of people don't like Tim Ferriss, but 4 Hour Work Week, big fan of his book. I never want to work 4 hours a week. I love working, but I will say that his book changed my life. And it's all about building systems that work for you, building wealth generation machines. And guys, you can do that in game dev. You can do that on YouTube. You can do that with social media. You can do that with course creation. You can do that with teaching. You can do that with building game products like game kits. All of this stuff. See, there's so many people out there who are like, I just want to make games. And I'm like, that's great and that's awesome. And you can make a living from just games, because I did. But if you want to blow up your wealth, build games, build tools, build systems, build education material, start a YouTube channel, get sponsorships on social media. There's just a whole world of game dev that you can join and hang out in and build wealth that way other than just making games. And you can learn all that from people like Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, Tim Ferriss, 4 Hour Work Week, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I really like the 80-20 principle. Go ahead and read the 80-20 principle as well. So, is there any way to get around social media and public speaking aspect of game development? I love making games. I hate the selling myself part. Sean Murphy, if you want to be an indie game developer, you need to know how to sell yourself. I'm so sorry. Now, do you have to sell yourself to the public? Not necessarily. Click the webinar below to learn how to sell to publishers specifically. You're going to need to sell yourself to somebody. By the way, learning how to sell, I know you don't like it, Sean, but learning how to sell yourself is such a good skill to have. It's great with dating. It's great with marriage. It's great with being a parent, convincing your kid to stop screaming, convincing them of your point of why screaming is not a good thing to do. But it's also a great way to build wealth, which I know that sounds icky, but that's a wonderful thing to do, especially if you have a family. So try your best to get through the pain of selling yourself. Believe it or not, guys, my default skill set is not selling myself. I had to learn that over time. Me talking to a camera right now, it's not my skill set. I had to learn it over time. The Scribbler, just saying hi. I can't wait to play this on my YouTube. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I really, really do. All right. Well, Nitrous, are you talking about what we were talking about with your hourly rate? You said it's unrealistic, and you hire freelancers for $400. Okay, go put yourself out as a game dev freelancer and see what rate you can charge. That's a great question to ask. If you can charge $400 for game development on these websites, then more power to you. I would argue you can't. Or I'm sorry, no, not you. I would argue most people can't. Most people need to squash it down to a pretty small number. I was using $40 an hour. $40 an hour as my baseline when I was first starting out. So I would just recommend that. I'm not sure if that's what you were talking about. Let's see. What is the best way to make money to fund your game? If it costs a lot and you can't pay that much, but you still want to make your game, you got to get funded, right? Get funding from publishers, get funding from Kickstarter, get funding from platforms. And there's tricks to do that. Free webinar below. It's a long, hour-long webinar where I can tell you how to do that. But yeah, it's a long process of learning how to do it. So, can the course be used for Godot or any other engines? Jojo, half of the course is just about entrepreneurship as it pertains to a game developer. So publishers, Kickstarter, launching on Steam and hitting the Steam front page, negotiating publishing agreements, the legal side of things, making a trailer, making marketing materials, a website, a brand. So yes, there's a ton of the course. Half of the course is about just the entrepreneurial side, which in my opinion is the most important part of the course. Okay. Why do we keep talking about top tier devs? So you guys are saying, well, top tier devs make over $100,000. Are we top tier devs? Or are we trying to figure out how to do it indie? Top tier devs are people who work, sorry, I'm acting frustrated, sorry. Top tier devs are people who work for companies and they work in a cubicle and they code specific lines of code for specific systems. What we're talking about here is indie game development, which is you start on the bottom of the totem pole. All right, so don't be thinking I should be making $100,000 this year if I'm going to be a game developer. Well, my friend works at Blizzard and they make 300 grand. It's like, well, yeah, but they are also like working for somebody else. So I'm talking about how you can make games for yourself. And you guys need to be okay with starting at the bottom. You need to be okay with starting at the bottom. Okay, Aaron. And I apologize if I came across frustrated there. One of you asked me, is it hot in here? Because I'm sweating a lot. It is very hot right now, so I'm getting kind of frustrated. Aaron DeBrabant, $20 on your birthday? Well, thank you. Why would you do that? You don't need it. I kind of wish I could give that back. Today's my birthday, Thomas, and I think you're an awesome dude. Here's a little something. Only $20. That's a lot of money. If it wasn't for you, your YouTube channel in the past, I would not have never gotten into this new passion after football ended. You play football, Aaron? That's awesome. That is so cool. All right, guys. I do want to let you know one final time, because it supports my channel, if you want to get the game course, if you want to get full-time game dev and join over 2,000 students. By the way, if you're in the course, feel free to say hi in the chat. I love it when you guys say hi to everybody. It's 25% off. Coupon below, 30 plus hours of content. Course price is honestly going to go up here pretty soon because I've just added like an additional 2 hours of content. Or I think it was an hour or two. So feel free to get the course pretty cheap right now, 25% off below. You're going to learn everything that I've learned in the last 5 years of marketing yourself and making 6 figures from publishers, 6 figures from Kickstarter, and how to hit the Steam front page. Believe it or not, getting funding you can actually do with just a demo. I know it sounds crazy, but you can. And I'm also going to teach you how to make a 2D game and a 3D game and get press coverage and all that cool stuff. Massive online course on how you can honestly, maybe, just maybe, with your fingers crossed, a little bit of luck and some hard work, do what I'm doing. 30-day money-back guarantee, so feel free to check it out below. Guys, if that's not for you, I get it. There's also a link below for free webinar, on how to secure 6 figures, my 3 secrets, with just a demo, which it dabbles in what the course really, really hits home on. And then number 2, there is a free game kit below. This game kit was used by me to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days. And I played it with Felix himself in front of 5 million subscribers, or 5 million viewers. So yeah, that's my ad read. Feel free to consider it, and I will give you a shout out. If you guys do purchase, I'll give you a shout out tomorrow during my live stream. Wait, Brian, what are you saying? With the course, will we get stuff you add in the future? Of course. Of course. Claptrap says, oh, you're that guy. You sell courses. Oh no. Yes, I do. You know what's interesting is I sell courses while doing what the course teaches. So I'm making my 3rd commercial release, and I actually teach what I do, which most teachers don't. So that's what makes this course special. And I appreciate you guys supporting my channel and supporting me. Oh, madame. Let's see here. Rob, the mod, says, how can I buy it? It's below. Link in the description. All right. Yeah, no problem, DMG. I hope you guys had a good time. I really do. Do you guys... Oh, Claptrap says, no, the PewDiePie game guy. Yeah, that's me. Sorry, I judged you. Thomas? I'm sorry I judged you. Will you forgive me? I'm serious. I'm sorry. That's rude of me. I get people sometimes going, oh, stop selling courses. And I'm like, don't you want to get taught by someone who's doing this? It's so funny how people who make courses get kind of crapped on. It's like difficult for me because I'm like, you're going to learn a lot and people like it. All right. Anything else, guys? Anything else? See you next time. Don't fart. Okay. All right, guys. Ryan, what? What do you want, Ryan? Please love me. I'm cool, says Sethi. Is there a time frame for access after purchasing the course? AVF? No, it's lifetime access. And I update this thing all the time. So you're going to get updates. And I actually just posted today an hour-long section about how to make an epic trailer. And I actually made a trailer for this game. So feel free to check it out, buddy. And hey, 30-day money-back guarantee. All right, which rendering pipeline do I use? Standard rendering pipeline. Hey, Pepe! You always get a round of applause from me. What does sus mean? Is that a Gen Z thing? Sus? Thomas is sus. Or it says Thomas sus? Question mark. What does that mean? I'm suspicious. I don't blame you at all. I think that I'm suspicious myself. You should make your RetroPixel... Wait, hold on. You should make your RetroPixel post-processing an optional filter so players can experience your amazing art with sacrificing the retro feel. I just feel like there is no amazing art without the retro feel, but I appreciate that. Oh, it's a meme? It's a meme from Among Us? Is sus that you don't know sus? I don't know. I don't know. Thomas, would you make a 3D character model on stream? I have. I made a giant butt, or whatever you guys want to call it. I've had multiple interpretations. Earlier this week. Kuro Otaku, am I going to do 40% promos anymore? No, probably not. The course is, it's just, this is going to sound really lame. There's a lot of content in the course, and I feel like I'm underselling it, to be completely honest, every time I do a 40%. So no more 40%. So. Claptrap said, I gotta watch this butt modeling. I might learn something. I learned a lot while I was creating it about myself. The Mark says, love you, Thomas, from India. That's awesome. I love you too. Bruno says, Thomas, thank you for your support, by the way. Did your course teach how to edit and make a game trailer? Yes. Yes. Mika Mika says, I feel like I'm underselling my life. I will say, the moment you can learn how to stop underselling yourself, a whole new realm opens up. And the only way to do that is to be confident in yourself. How do you be confident in yourself? Fall on your face enough to realize, first off, what it feels like to be humiliated and get used to it. And then second, learn from your mistakes and actually learn what you're good at. And that's how you can become confident. And then start overcharging. You really shouldn't overcharge, but charge what you're really worth, right? Cameron says, course is amazing so far. I'm loving it. That's awesome, Cameron. Thank you for joining. That enemy is why people are saying I'm sus. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it now. Is 3D really easier than 2D? Yes, in my opinion, it really is. I have ADHD. Is game dev a good career option for me? I don't know. Like, I don't want to answer that. I know that I'm kind of ADHD a lot, but I don't know if I'm actually ADHD. So. Bruno says, I have been inspired. Inspired. Who says that? Inspired. Jack Skellington. Sethy says, I bought the course recently and I am loving it. Man, you guys are just showering me with praise. That's why I'm sticking around. Keep showering me with praise. Come on, just keep going. All right, I should probably go. When you stream, Jack, good question. When you stream development, how do you legally protect your IPs? You have that IP. That's why it's called intellectual property. It's yours. So if I opened up Unity and I made a circle and then I uploaded it to itch.io and I called it Circle Game, it's mine. I didn't have to do anything. Well, this is how it is in the US. I didn't have to do anything. It's just mine. It's intellectual property. All right. Jovi says, still sus. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I love y'all very much. And I wish you all the best of success in your career and in your life. And I hope you have a great day. I really, really do. Everybody stay positive and what does Miss Frizzle say? Miss Frizzle says, make mistakes, get messy, something. Let's go, right? Keep jamming. I'll see you guys later. Bye.